Hello, and thank you for joining Find My Past. This video is designed to help you find more of your past more quickly. You've already told us a little bit about yourself when you registered. So, just as an example, I'm going to live my dream and be John Lennon. Now, you can add any information you have to hand or happen to know. Your parents' names and birth dates, for example. And if you can go back another generation, then that's fantastic. John's mum was called Julia Stanley, and his dad was Alfred Lennon, I think. This is important. If you don't know for sure, don't worry, just let it be. You can always update the details later. I'm not sure what John's grandfather was called, for example, so I'll just skip him for now. When you're ready, click Skip to Tree and you'll see the beginnings of your family tree. Ta-da! You don't have to pay a thing to add people to your tree, so feel free to carry on adding what you know or can find out from your relatives. That's a great start, but we're here to help you find the ancestors you haven't met yet. We've transcribed all the data in millions of records, so the information is at your fingertips now rather than having to travel to archives and libraries. This makes it quicker and easier to find your ancestors. To see what we have for your parents, just choose their name in your tree. Here's what we have for Alfred Lennon. Wherever you see the pen icon, you can add more information. So, for example, I know Alfred died in Brighton, so I'll pop that in. You can add a photo or a story about your relatives here too, for your descendants to find. Now for the fun bit. Every one of these orange circles indicates a hint. When we say hint, we mean that we think we have some useful information, but you need to review it to be sure. Nothing is black and white in the world of family history. So our system tells you how sure we are about the information we found. You can see a percentage here. When you click on the hint, you can view the record and judge for yourself whether it's the right person. If everything looks right and makes sense based on what you already know, you can go ahead and click Attach here. And all that information becomes linked to your family member. The more we have, the more we can find, so it's worth attaching as many records as possible to the people in your tree. Money can't buy you love, but it can buy you a subscription to Find My Past. We have to charge for access to our records because we have to pay to license them, and then we have to publish them. A lot of hard days and nights. If you're just getting started with family history research, then a starter subscription will give you access to the basics. But for a wealth of additional records, including the all-important 1939 register, you'll need a Plus subscription. And if you'd like to see newspaper stories or access records from overseas, you'll need to choose Pro. By the way, BMDs just stands for births, marriages and deaths. I'll pick Pro just because I can. And we're back to the record with the information we need from Alfred Lennon's birth record, which is great because it tells us his mum's maiden name, Maguire. So, now we have the beginnings of a whole new generation. You can keep repeating these steps with other members of your family and you'll grow your tree in no time. If you need help, don't worry, there are lots of useful guides which you can find here anytime at all. In our next videos, we'll be looking at how Find My Past can help you discover more about your family and their yesterdays, what they did for a living, what life was like for them, and if they ever made the papers. Thanks again for joining Find My Past. I hope you're looking forward to seeing where your past will take you.